Okay, this is a rare occurrence, I should say. I actually found some time to do a night stream for once. I have not done one of these. It feels like in a long time. Well, not really like a long time, but most of my streaming gets done during the daytime. And I did stream earlier today, maybe like about 3 hours ago or something like that. But I did have to end early because of that. So today, let's continue on with more of this, at night this time. Yeah, as I said before, today's stream earlier was quite short, because I ran out of time because of the evening, so I figured, okay, well, if I can find some time to do it tonight, I will go ahead and do it tonight, and we have a good amount of time, maybe about 3.5 hours that I can probably stream for, so we'll see how this goes. I haven't done one of these in a little while. Usually if I do them, it's only around like 2 hours, so we'll just keep going until I feel like I can't anymore. We'll just see what happens, so before we start, let's make sure that this is working. Decided that I should probably just do this. Do the stream, see how everything goes. We just finished the trial. So now we're back onto investigating again, and a few other things. We'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, earlier stream than normal, just mainly because, well, sorry, earlier stream. Wanted to stream earlier this afternoon, didn't get to. Was able to find some time to upload the video fairly fast, and now we have time to do one more stream, so why not? We'll just go ahead and do another stream. I haven't done a night stream in a little while though, so let's see how that all goes, but yeah, we'll continue on with the investigation. More of this game, probably, if we can get through the investigation and hopefully the trial, then we'll see, but I doubt it. I also just realized, why is my controller not working? People can hear my game, but no one can hear the... Why is my controller not working? Hang on. For some reason my controller isn't working. Now it is. Now it is. Controller's working now. We're all good. We're all good. I don't know what happened there. For some reason my controller just stopped working. Oh! Right as we're about to start. Ace, thank you for the raid. Let me give you a shout out real quick. We are just about to start the investigation for case 3 for... How do I put this? Investigation part 2 for game 2 of case 3. That's what I was trying to say. Give a shout out real quick. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. I do a lot of Plat and playthroughs, speedruns, Plat reacts, and Switch games. But we are tonight gonna do a little bit of this. Yeah, I literally just started. Normally I do not stream at night. I streamed a little bit earlier today, but the stream is like only 2 hours, so I figured let's just like do this and let's keep going. So we are right at the start of the investigation for day 2. Yeah, this franchise is really funny. I'm not really feeling it with this case at the moment. I think it's just because I'm on a high from the first 2 cases being so good, but I would just say put it down to third case syndrome. That's what I'm gonna put it down as anyway. So let's get things going, I guess. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone, from Ace's stream. Normally I do not do a night stream though. I usually do try to do much longer. It's a whack case so far. I don't really have... You beat case 2 of Spirit of Justice? Nice, nice. I don't know what to really say about it. I just feel like the characters aren't there. And like I liked the Clavier cameo that they did, but it's like it's not a bad case. It's just not one of those not as good. It's just weird. I don't know. I would just like third case syndrome. That's the best way to like. It's kind of just there to fill in like, oh, we've done the 2 tutorial cases. Let's go and do something different. But like, I like the trial within a trial system, but it's kind of difficult to figure out like how I would classify this, whether I think it's good or bad. Like it's just there. That's the best way I can put it. It's just there for the moment. All right, let's start some investigating, shall we? I will be trying to do voices for the characters as well, but also, this guy's smile is really creepy. I don't know why. When I saw his face the first time, I thought of either someone robbing a bank wearing a president's mask, or somebody who ripped off somebody's face and put it on themselves as a face mask. That's the first thing that I. That's the first thing that I imagined when I saw him. Like. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Third cases being a mixed bag. I would agree. The same thing with Danganronpa. Danganronpa also suffers from third case syndrome, but it's not. It's a little bit different here. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner, in the same way as the mock trial. Yeah, his smile is interesting. For this type of character, I was expecting like a Socrates, like Aristotle, like that's his name. His name's Aristotle. I was expecting like this wise character, and then he just puts this smile on that makes it look like, yeah, I'm definitely not like wandering the streets at night looking for people to kill or something. Like, look at that. How can you say that that isn't a smile of a madman? Do not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain. Well, I just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? No, I can't lose it all. Not now. You okay, Athena? Turning kind of pale. I'll just stand around here. Gotta finish the investigation. I don't wait. Just took a batch of freshly baked cookies out of my magic pack. Okay, Trucy has an oven in her panties now, too. She can not only make our evidence disappear, she can cook, she has cookies in her panties as well. Thanks, but I better get going. Save me one for when I get back. I'll leave you right here. You need to see Junie. Detention center first right away. Yeah, so we're gonna go to the detention center first. Usually this is pretty easy to follow along. Just be like, oh. Right, I'm going with you. Oh, right, yeah, you were playing case 2 of, I haven't played Spirit of Justice yet, but I did see, I saw the area, and yeah, Trucy, it seems like it had to do with a lot of magic stuff, and, I liked the look of it. It looked really nice, the, environments. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I better go too. No problem, you two be careful. Definitely one of the better games in the series. I will, determine that when I get to that point. We'll see what happens when we get there. Don't want to jump to conclusions yet, but outside of this case, this game's been great so far. Although this case it's just all right, we'll like it. I've seen a polarizing view on the game, but I think it's for certain that there might be like certain reasons for that. I'm not really entirely sure. So much I need to ask Junie. What happened in court today? Where do we go from here? What are you doing here? Well, now, fancy meeting you here. Professor Means, what brings you here? I asked him to come. He arrived just a little before you. I wanted to ask him something, but first, Athena. Politics? Yeah, I guess that's the reason. Like, I I try to judge the game based on, like, my personal feelings on it, not necessarily whether it's, like, it's hard to say, I guess. I'm playing the game to, like, enjoy it for myself. I'm not trying to associate it with certain, like, I guess, outside factors and stuff. I just want to see, like, how good or bad the game is. Again, I've talked about this before, like, when it comes to a villain, I don't necessarily want the villain always to be redeemable. A villain should... There should be... every now and then you should get a villain who doesn't have any redeemable factors, sort of thing. Like, he's just pure evil, so... For example. But I feel like we're moving a little bit away to that. To apologize for my sudden confession after you worked so hard to defend me. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to get into, like, that sort of thing anyway. Like, just play the games for... Just play the games for what they are and enjoy what you like. Like, if everyone starts nitpicking over, like, oh, this is why you shouldn't like this, or this is why you shouldn't like that, no one would be playing any games, because everyone has good and bad qualities to them, and it's like, can we just, like, enjoy what we like, not for the sake of some sort of outside factor that we may not even be aware of, sort of thing? You should not play this game because it makes you read. I would argue that that's the case with all of the Phoenix Wright games. All of them make you read. All of them make you read, but reading is educational and also helps you... I've seen some people actually say that they learnt how to... They learnt English via playing the Phoenix Wright games, and that happens with a lot of games, actually. That's why dubs always were important. Some people learn another language by, watching an English dub or reading the English subtitles, like... That's why there always should be an option for, English subtitles and stuff like that. We can always, all different types of subtitles and dubs as well. Should be the one apologizing. Things spiraled out of my control. Alright, don't worry. I'll really bring it tomorrow. Find something to prove your innocence. Yeah, I like subtitles as well. I always turn them on. Plus, I also turn them on because sometimes I miss something, or I'm distracted, or I want to just sit back and watch. And also, obviously, like, streaming-wise, I don't know what kind of viewers I'm gonna get. So, some people would like the subtitles, so I, put the subtitles in as well. It's just, one of those things. Try and, that's why there's a lot of games out there that have accessibility options. If I can do something like that, then I do that. But these games are essentially subtitles the video game. It's a visual novel, so... Thinking of asking Professor Means to defend me. I myself only just heard of this a moment ago. So do you think Professor Means would be... No, I can't let this happen. Not with the way he wants to do things. No, Athena, but will you please hear me out? Yeah, okay, let's, why do you want to change lawyers? Athena, do you actually think Hugh or Robin could have committed this crime? Body was moved right before the mock trial. Besides Junie, they're the only ones. Could move freely around the campus at that time. Sorry, Junie, but at this point, I can't rule them out. I was afraid you'd say that. Juniper is seeking a lawyer who can clear all three of their names. Only I am capable of such a feat. How can we possibly prove that all three of them are innocent? I am a result-oriented person. Come tomorrow, I won't fail to have the perfect piece of evidence ready. I like how, for some reason, we're going to the backdrop of the Dark Age of the Law when Phoenix was talking about it, and now we've got, yeah, this is giving me some bad signs right now. This is giving me some bad signs. seeing this backdrop right now. For the end really just does justify the means, especially for me, Professor Aristotle means. Really don't like the sound of that. Yeah, neither do I. Doesn't look very happy either. Sorry, but just as you believe I'm innocent, I believe my friends are innocent too. Alright, if that's how you really feel, we'll respect your decision. Polo? I want to continue our investigation. Could we ask you some more questions? Sure, I don't mind. Professor Means, would you like to stay and join our conversation? Yes, of course. I am your lawyer, after all. There's that smile again. Why does it always creep me out? Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just looks really fake. It straight up just looks like a mask. The eyes, the actual eye parts look like he's wearing a mask. Alright, why did you confess? What's your confession, Junie? It's not true, is it? Just said what you did because Robin had confessed on the stand, didn't you? Yes, I wasn't thinking straight. All I knew was I had to help my friend. You mean because of that school rule? The one that says you can't graduate if you were convicted of a crime? No, I didn't do it because of some rule. I did it because she's my friend. I also gathered that this case has to have taken place prior to the first case, because, this is almost as if they've met, because she acted like she hadn't seen Apollo, or Phoenix, or Athena in, ever. Well, Athena in a long time, and then Apollo and Phoenix had never met, so I think this case has to take place prior to the first one, based on the reaction. Why is there discord in her voice again? Could it really be that the friendship between the three of them is on the rocks? Well, that's the thing, it has to be, right? Because of, why is Juniper reacting like she's never seen them before, and then in the first case, so that's, and then again, we got that thing in the first case where it's like, oh, they mentioned the remote switch. It's like, well, that never got used as evidence, so something's up. Something is definitely up, when they hinted it at the end of case 1. Trio's friendship. How'd you see the Robin reveal? I wouldn't say I didn't see it coming based on the once I saw the dialogue options, it's like, okay, this is, where it's going, but, it was different. I wasn't expecting to go that particular way, because I wasn't sure what the brace was for. I've never seen that before. So I thought that I wasn't sure what the brace, I think that was a little bit, it was throwing me off. Was it supposed to be something to do with the posture? Because I think that was throwing me off. Like, why was the brace, what was the brace doing that was making it, I think that was where I was, like, understanding the reveal itself. Well, the before the reveal, anyway. Even though we were in different courses, we really bonded from the first day at school. We had to work together to bring an end to the dark age of the law. That was when our proof of friendship came about. There's that proof of friendship thing again. Just wish this was as simple as that. We even have proof of our friendship. Also, I didn't know that this was an arrow, like, the thing that he was holding. I did not realize that this was a bow and arrow until, or a quiver. I didn't realize this was a quiver until he pulled it out and pointed it at, during his, testimony. I was wondering, like, what is this giant, you know, purple or blue thing? And then it's like, I just saw him and it's like, oh, he pulls it out as a bow and arrow near the end. Yeah, as long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying him around. The situation kind of changed recently. And the school's policy shifted to training legal professionals who produce results. Allow me to explain. In the lawyer course, I teach producing results, means winning trials. Professor Court, on the other hand, taught that finding the truth was the only valid result. Fortunately, that clash of ideas created a rift among our students. At some point, we stopped talking about it. Well, that meant fewer arguments. Also meant we couldn't be as frank and open with each other as we used to be. I think I understand now. Putting their friendship on a pedestal, they actually did more harm than good. Seems the relationship between the three of them isn't as simple as I thought. Juniper, thank you for talking to us about this difficult subject. Yeah, thanks, Junie. Now, if you could tell us about the day of the murder. Okay, day of the murder. Let's do that. You told us yesterday that you went home a little after 6 p.m. Is that a lie? So I didn't tell you this before, but what actually happened was I left the art room a little after 6 p.m. and headed over to my dressing room where I worked on my stage costume until 7. That's it? You didn't go anywhere else? Yeah, see you later. He's, yeah, let's get rid of this. Don't know why I keep getting viewer bots. I don't need them. Nowhere else. If that really were it, then there would be no reason to lie in the first place. Yeah, I just straight up banned them. There's no point in reporting them to Twitch because it takes way too long to do that, so I just banned them from the chat. I keep getting them every now and then. Well, not even every now and then. It's like, sometimes I get like, I've had 4 in one stream before, but, you know, get rid of them. Don't want anyone clicking on malicious links by mistake, or... Do you remember this picture? Something's wrong here. Wrong? What's wrong? Also, I had this theory for some reason. Which character was it? This one here. This character. When I saw her coming out of the box, for some reason, I thought that it was, Juniper in the box, but it couldn't have been because she's on the fence. But, I liked this character, and, I got a chuckle out of the game mentioning that she was hissing like a snake. And I'm a big, Metal Gear Solid fan, so it's just like, I know exactly what you're doing here with this character. All the snake references in the cardboard box, yeah, I definitely, I like this this is probably my favorite character from the case, just because of the, actual look of it. Yeah. I took this picture at around 6 p.m., just before I left the art room. Clock here says it's just after 7. At 7, I'd already been working in my dressing room for some time. So there's definitely something wrong with the time in this picture. Yeah, I liked when the reveal happened with her in the box, where the box flew up in the air and you saw who it was. I saw the uniform and thought for some reason it was Juniper, because she was wearing the same uniform, but I guess it's, they just were in the same course. Guess we better go check the art room. Okay, just one last question about the day of the murder. Encountering O'Connor. Yeah, it is a pretty funny design, but again, it's also a reference to, Metal Gear Solid being, Solid Snake and using the cardboard box to sneak around and stuff. On the evening before the mock trial, the evening of the murder, you ran into Hugh. Yes, I did. Around 7:15, I went to the main building before going home. That's when I saw Juniper. Didn't say much as we passed by each other. She seemed her usual self. That's it. Anything else you'd like to ask? Also, he's hiding something because, Blackwell threatened him and said, oh, if you don't, do something, on the thing, I'll reveal something. So he has a secret that we don't know what... I don't think we've revealed the secret yet, by the sounds of it. Suddenly went silent. She always was terrible at hiding things. She's trying to keep their meeting a secret by lying about going home at 6 p.m. Alright, my charges. I won't press the matter any further. Is there anything else you noticed on the night of the murder? Well, I don't know if this will help, but that evening I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd gotten there. Just well after the last bell rang. Say maybe around 8:30? Around 8:30, huh? So for an hour after when the crime supposedly took place. That's when I noticed that both stage statues were finished. They were quite large and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell. It made me happy to think that after all that hard work, they were finally finished. Right, statues that Robin made. Some were covered in white sheets. Junior, you okay? Sorry, I'm a little tired, that's all. So you don't think this meeting's over, Professor Means? I will use any means possible to get the result I want in Juniper's case. It will require considerable preparation, so I must be off.
Hold it!
Junie and Professor Means, I have a proposal. Proposal? Wait, this isn't another one of your crazy. By sundown today. Yes? I, Athena Sykes, along with Apollo Justice. Wait a second, don't drag my name into... We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery. We're going to bring you solid evidence showing just what the truth is. When is Apollo not in shambles, is my question. Like, look at the reaction. I loved the reaction right at the end of the first trial that we just had. It's like, all of them confessing to the crime, and everyone just in constant shock, and just Blackwell's just standing there, just like, completely fine. I see. So it's come to this, has it? If we succeed in doing that, I want you to promise that you'll accept it, Junie, no matter how hard it is to bear. And you shouldn't need anyone else to defend you except me. We got a deal? Trust that's okay with you too, Professor Means. I have no objections as long as Juniper is satisfied with this arrangement. Okay, but only if it's the real truth. Sorry to put you through this, Athena. Thank you. I'm thinking only of myself this whole time. Junie, it's way too early to thank me. You can thank me all you want once I get to the bottom of this. Very well, I will see you back here at sundown. Sorry for all the trouble, Professor. It's just she's new to the agency, so... Don't be silly, I find it all rather thrilling. Now let us meet here again later. You'll excuse me, better go. Okay, see you later. If this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? There's no time to be thinking about that. I've got an investigation to do. I will find the truth by sundown, no matter what. Okay, I'm not gonna ask Apollo for anything, because, if this is like how it was with Phoenix and the other characters, usually this is clues to try and solve where to go, so I'm not gonna ask about these, because I don't want clues. I think that's how it works, so I'll just ignore these for now. So, what have we got? Seek the truth behind the murder. Well, I guess we have to go looking around. Let's start with, where should we go first? Where have we got? We've got the hallway, the lecture hall, the actual stage, and the maintenance area. I don't recall if we checked here yet, but I probably want to start with the stage. Probably start with the stage first. I think that was one of the areas I hadn't checked everything for yet. do that, I guess. October 25th, Themis Legal Academy, outdoor stage. Oh, I just saw that now. I just saw the box. I just saw her there standing there with the box. There she is. Just standing there. Okay. Wait, she's just hiding in the... It's in my imagination? Did something just happen? Cardboard box washed up on the beach. No, this is Solid Snake. Solid Snake is, trying to solve the mystery himself. No, it's Prosecutor as well. Afternoon, you two. Prosecutor Gavin, what are you doing here? Do you think sneaking onto campus like this? Just slightly suspicious? I'll have you know I'm continuing my investigation in the strictest of confidence. I want to be caught napping again at tomorrow's trial. That means a thorough investigation today. Think you can lend us a hand? Won't you refuse a damsel in distress? You needn't have asked, Fräulein. I intended to help you from the start. You're the best, Prosecutor Gavin. Okay, time for a thorough investigation. Bet we missed lots of stuff yesterday. Let's start by talking to him, because, hang on, I can't even investigate the area? Okay, let's talk to him, then maybe we have to wait. Prosecutor Gavin, you were scheduled to perform at the school festival, weren't you? That's right, but I didn't see the stage until yesterday. That backdrop with a starry sky and a big crescent moon isn't half bad. Oh, that was also his voice. We also had some tricks up our sleeve to make the concert really rock. Pyrotechnics, a fog machine, big banners, things like that. Would have looked like this. Oh right, the actual plans from yesterday. What's that design on the banner there on the back? Yeah, so we already saw these statues weren't there. They looked like they were smashed. Both Clavier and Phoenix's statues look like they were both smashed. But I would have been cool to see. What I would have loved is if they actually did the court case in the actual courtroom, in this courtroom. That would have been really cool. A really cool thing to do, I think. If they decided to hold the court case here, but I guess they can't because of legal circumstances. And the scales of the school emblem. What's with the number 6? Looks like it's in serious pain or something. Athena, Ixnay, and the Ixay. That's the governor's logo, Fräulein. End of nice big Latin air forehead, well, very smooth. Well, it looked like the number 6 rocking seriously hard. 9, Fräulein. It's a G for governors, but a 6. But whatever floats your pretty boat. So where is the banner? I don't see it anywhere on stage. It was an important part of the show, but the school managed to misplace it somehow. It's a pity we had it specially made from heavyweight I-grade cloth. Missing banner and 2 broken statues. There are mysteries aplenty to be solved, yeah? Come to think of it, one of the broken statues was of Prosecutor Gavin. Yeah, they're both broken. Statues. As you can see in the stage plans. Right here we have the statue of me. And right here, a right statue. But little does that matter now. We both lie in pieces thanks to you. Air forehead. What did I ever do to you? Actually, this statue broke into rather large pieces. Why don't we try to put it back together? Maybe we'll learn something new. Oh, I should also mention, for case 2, one of the most satisfying things is that we, I love the like the consistent thing of like, all of the prosecutors we've faced have never lost a case, and we always beat them in every single case in this. So like, beating Blackwell in the court was really, was really satisfying, along with everything else that happened in that case. Picking up the pieces of a shattered rock star. Dude! That's an uber cool idea. There might even be a song in there somewhere. Yeah, let's do this, Schnell. Is this an investigation, or am I interrupting a German language club social event? Okay, now we can examine. Sure thing. We'll examine everything that we can. Because why not? Usually when I do the examinations, I examine the first area first to completion, then we'll go and do the rotations. It just seems like it's easier to do it that way. 67th? Wow, the school festival goes way back. Look! Text on this sign isn't written, it's embroidered. It's a warning in even smaller embroidery. Embroidered sign lovingly crafted by the Handicrafts Club. Keep drying. The sign is outside. What happens if it rains? Don't know, this is fine for a rock concert, but the nighttime sky is a backdrop for a courtroom? Personally, I think it's breathtaking. I mean, speaking the truth under a starry sky, don't you think it's a romantic thrill line? And the waning crescent moon represents the maximum 3-day trial cycle. Oh, I forgot about that. That still exists in this game, doesn't it? The 3 trial days. You only get the... I don't think... Have we done a 3-part trial yet in any of the games? I think so. When I say I mean in this trilogy. I know that we've done it in the previous ones. I'm trying to remember if any of the other cases were 3-part, had 3 trial parts. It's hard to remember them all after so many things. 3-day trials outdoors? No thanks. If it starts raining, my hair will be ruined. Speeches, I guess. There's even a prosecutor's bench here on the stage. The memories for lane. As a former rock star and a prosecutor. Prosecutor's bench has taught me much about human emotions, passion, and fight. Picture it now. You with your silvery singing voice and Apollo with sweating bullets. I have a picture of me winning once in a while. Well, you did win. You won all the cases. Wow, they built a witness stand too, even though it's just a temporary stage. Oh, but I think they're still working on it. Let's see what this notice says. Caution. Pedestal features a high-speed rotation mode. Activate with care. You mean this thing spins? Okay. Wait. The spinning witness stand thing. Why haven't we seen that in the courtroom yet? Unless it does spin somehow. And one other confusing thing is when you do the cases and there's people standing up at the witness stand, I guess there's when they show multiple characters at the stand, they can't all be standing there. So maybe they're just interrupting from like some other place as well. It's a bit too far away to get a good look. Maybe we should try a different angle. Let's try... I'll try the other angle once we've clicked on everything. Winner of the mock trial was to take the training seminar right here. You mean Hugh or Robin? Yeah, besides Ginny, they're the only ones who could move freely around the campus. For the mock trial, that means one of them must be the killer. That's not really enough to go on, is it? Need to talk to Juniper one more time and persuade her to give us a name. Right, and that means we have to find irrefutable evidence before the day ends. There's no time to lose. We can't rush it either. Efficiency is the key. I don't think there's anything else left to do except for the box, so, let's, talk to the cardboard box. That's definitely not someone in hiding. Wait, you don't think this weird box here is... Hands off! I knew it. I know that voice anywhere. Let's just ignore it. I mean, it made its wishes loud and clear. So this is the future cardboard box technology has afforded us, huh? We can't talk to her? Okay, I guess we have to wait till later. Let's do another perspective then. See what else we can find. Oh, didn't realize that was going to take me up here. Like the view. Judge can look down on everything from up here. You're not bad for a temporary stage. That's so, Mr. Justice. You enjoyed Jack from the mock trial. I don't know why, but it kind of creeps me out. Wrong answer again, Mr. Justice. A penalty for your mock lawyer. Or a mock lawyer, I should say. That is not funny. Found one. A piece of prosecutor Gavin's shattered pride. Are you saying my pride is as fragile as plaster of Paris? Looks like there are other large pieces scattered about. Let's find what we can. Purple fragment as court record. A purple fragment from a broken statue was found all alone in the strangest of places. I'm guessing we have to go around and collect them all and then do something with them, put it together maybe. I don't know, anything else around any... never mind, go here. Look, there's your rival over there, Apollo. Who, Prosecutor Gavin? Battled out a few times before, but wouldn't call him... No, not him, I mean that speaker over there. Can output massive blasts of sound that rival your cords of steel. I have better things to do than compete with a speaker, so just forget it. Statues there. Let's grab this. Found another piece of the statue. Should still be some more. Let's leave no stone unturned. White fragment. At its record, a large white fragment. It has a distinctive shape that could be described as angular. Okay, how do I get out of here? Back, I guess? Can't do anything up there anymore. Here's another piece. Another piece of the statue. Should still be some more. Two purple fragments of a broken statue. Going to search for more. Anything else? Still see the box over there. I think the only other stuff's just over here now. There's really not much of interest here. At least that's what my intuition tells me. Oh, I just got the wrong spot. The statue Robert made. It's been smashed to bits. There were some larger pieces. We might be able to put this one back together too. Yeah, but don't I see a itty-bitty ones? Wonder what Mr. Wright would think. If he knew we put Prosecutor Gavin's statue back together, but left his like this. Could always come back to it after the case is solved. Help you fix it. Nothing else? I don't think so. Let's I'll have to go down the side. There we go. Box is still here, we can't interact with it. Nothing else. Nothing here. Nothing there. Check out this, I guess. Body's gone. All that's left was a white outline. Never knew Prosecutor... Professor Court personally. Seeing her reduced to a white outline leaves me cold inside. In a way, she still lives on in the messages she left behind. The strange way her body was posed and the signs of her wrists being bound. But right, let's use her final messages to catch or kill her. Nothing new with this. I don't think so. Nothing here either. Nothing here. Guess now we get to investigate the fallen Clavier statue. I may have missed a piece of the statue. There's one there too. I'm gonna investigate everything else first, just because we have the statue already. Let's cover the school paper with that story about the alleged love triangle. These people really waste their time reading this stuff. It's more popular than you think. What was that? I thought I heard something just now. You're just hearing things. It's nothing more than your ears playing tricks on you. There's another white piece. Find another piece of the statue. Just be more. Might be missing another white fragment. Two large white fragments. It looks like it would be good. It would feel good to break them. I might be missing one of them that I haven't seen yet. So I've just found the third. Found 3. I'm assuming that there's 3. This looks like another piece of the statue. So Apollo, this makes 5 pieces in all. If we have all we're going to find. Okay, let's get back to where Prosecutor Gavin was shattered. I think you might want to reword that. 3 purple fragments of a broken statue, originally stood on a pedestal on the stage. We will probably just reorganize this statue, I would think. Well, I don't see any other big pieces lying around. Yeah, let's see if we can put the statue back together. Right, Apollo, you come over here. Let's go to Gavin. If you could, hold this. Let's put the statue back together. Here we go. Did it. But if I do say so myself. But don't you think it's strange? The statue back together, but look. What's with all the leftover white pieces? These look like they go together. And this one, too. You know, what do you think you're doing? Don't stop me now. The artist inside me wants to get out and have a good time. So what is it? It's the goddess of law holding a pair of scales in one hand and a sword in the other. It's quite the feat you pulled off there, Fräulein. I love that feeling you get after you work really hard on something. No, no, no! I knew who it was. I meant to ask what it's doing here. Not sure. There's no statue like this in the stage plans. Still, I could swear I've seen the statue somewhere before. Lady Justice added to the court record. This and the statue of Clavier were broken at the same time, but have been repaired. No one knows where it came from. The more we learn, the deeper the rabbit hole gets. Or goes, I should say. At least we're moving in the right direction. Let's keep searching the stage for clues. Been wondering about something this whole time. You know that pole at the edge of the stage? You mean this? It's a wire that goes off and connects to something somewhere. Oh, okay. We haven't investigated this. Let's I guess we'll just click on one of the general areas first to remove stuff. Impressive building fit for an impressive school. Yeah, and these beautiful walls are like a big blank canvas. See, my shoe prints leave really distinct marks. Hey, cut that out before you get us in trouble. This as well. This wire is for hanging banners over the stage. One of the policemen who was here earlier was checking how it works. So that's why the banner looks like it's out of place. Banners are hung and removed from the art room over there. It's the art room over there? As in the scene of the crime? Bingo, Fräulein. Still crawling with cops, though. Hey, anyone in the art room? Oh. Oh, it's your people! In justice we trust? Alright, Fulbright's back again. It's always Fulbright. He's always like he's basically the gumshoe of this game, it seems like. Always is like the first person to come up and present evidence. So that Fulbright, just as we trust. Is that some kind of greeting between you two? Say, Fulbright, can you lower that banner from there? Of course! Just leave it to me! How's that? Phew. Thanks, detective. Justice we trust. Always glad to help. Justice we trust. So is that some kind of greeting between you two or not? looks like the banner's down now. Let's go take a look. Can we not even talk to you yet? No. Guess we'll just do the banner. Look at this banner. I don't think it would flap very well in the wind. Unflappable banner? Hey, I like that. It goes perfect with unflappable lawyers and unflappable rockers. It's like it was made for this very stage. Look at this. The bottom part is all knotted up. Let me try and unravel it. Geez, did you really have to? You don't come across an unflappable banner every day. Thinking there are some things that have to yield to forces beyond themselves. What a cruel world we live in. Hey, a scrap of paper was caught up inside. It's blowing away. I got it. Yes, great catch, huh? Okay, October Hue 120. Looks like some kind of note. What does it say? October Hue 120. What's that supposed to mean? A test score, maybe? Pretty impressive when you consider that 100 is a perfect score. Don't see how Hugh can get beyond perfect. Fräulein, shall we inspect the banner again now that it has been unraveled? Hugh scrapped out its court record. Discovered on stage, it appears to be a piece of paper torn from a notebook. The name Hugh is written on it. And it's got the same bearing as same sword bearing as the court book. Let's check this again. This is the emblem that's on junior school uniform. Hey, you're right. Wait a sec. It's hard to see against the red material, but look. A dark red stain here, just under the emblem. This banner was on a wire connected to the art room. Right, and the art room is where the murder occurred. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Stain might be from the victim's blood. It sure seems like it. School banner added to the court record. Large banner that was hung by a wire between the stage and art room. A trace amount of blood was found on it. We still can't talk to you. I was going to say I thought we were done here, but we still have a couple. I guess we interact with the statues now. Hey, look what I made. Not bad, huh? You're like a recording artist who samples other people's work and calls it their own. Well, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. In any case, we have a statue smasher in addition to a killer to catch now. 9, I suspect they might be one and the same. And the last... Oh. Statue doesn't look like anything... This statue doesn't look anything like you or Mr. Rain. The goddess bearing scales and a sword, which is a symbol of fairness and strength. She and her symbols were shattered along with the statues of you and Mr. Wright. This is a direct challenge to the rule of law. Well, if they want to fight, they've got one. Well, take it down a notch, Tiger. Let's save the fighting for when we find our culprit. Yeah, looks like we're done here. It's a whole lot of poking around in such a short time. Does that mean you're satisfied? Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to check out. Is it that metal fence back there? It's just that one segment, so it seems out of place. It looks like they were in the process of removing them after the stage was set up. But they were never able to finish on account of the murder. Should take a look if you think it could be important. It might be important because there's these marks here. This track looks man-made. Hey, you're right. And it looks like it starts from behind the backdrop. Maybe a big muddy pro wrestler was hiding back there. Well, that was totally random, but we'll never know until we take a look. Looks like something was being dragged through here. This is where it started. Yeah, but whatever it was, it's all gone. Must have been pretty heavy. Perhaps it was used in setting up the school festival. And I guess it wasn't a pro wrestler. Still, this could be something important. Well, that's about it for the stage. Right, I think we better search the art room next. I think you're laying around here for a little while. But make sure to tell me once you find it, yeah? Find what? What this? The Gavin is banner that disappeared from the stage. You never know. It just might be connected to the case at hand. Really? Or does he just want his banner back? Don't tell me. So in short, that's... Hey. Is she gonna pop out of the box now? The box just took off running. Welcome in, Al. Hope you're doing well today. I saw you were playing Need for Speed. A while. That's the. I haven't played a Need for Speed game in so long. I think I haven't played it one since like the PS2. It's been such a long time since I touched one of those. Hope you're doing well. Would it be morning for you now? You've been up for more than 19 hours. Wow, that's a feat. I've been up for. 12 hours. Yeah, I got up at 8 in the morning. You did a 10-hour stream. Yeah, that's I think the biggest I've done is like a 9.5. I probably wouldn't be able to do. I probably wouldn't be able to do any higher than that. I would have to like. I would have to probably like. I could, but I would have to like stop. I would have to not take any breaks and stuff. 21 hours? Yeah. Pretty good idea who that is. I suspect you do too. Yeah, that's a long time. I've seen. I think the longest I've watched someone do one is like 17. But yeah, it's definitely not worth like doing it that long unless you actually properly like plan it. That's probably the one thing as well. Like you can. It's very easy to. Well, I shouldn't speak for someone who hasn't done one, but if you planned for it, I'm assuming that you could probably like do long streams like that, but not like just randomly off of a single day, I guess. Come on, we can't afford to have any weird articles written about us. But I saw someone on the Discord. Someone posted up their monthly. You know how you have like the monthly hours across the 30 days? Someone's hours, I thought mine was large at one point. At one point I had 150 hours in the month. And then I saw someone else and they had 346. And I don't know how that was even possible. To do that much in 1 month. Like almost 3 times as much as what I was doing. Or wish over double, I guess. Maintenance box over in that direction. After that box. Hopefully it was a fruitful stream, though. At least you're off of the grind, which is the main thing. October 25th, Lemons Legal Academy, maintenance area. You've done 248 this month. My monthly stuff's gone way down. I'm at like 80... granted, I took like nearly a week off. My hours are down to 80, 83 or something like that. I couldn't imagine doing anything higher than like... It was hard enough for me to get to 150, let alone 248 or like 300 that I've seen for some others. Why would it get tossed in the garbage truck if you hang around here? Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. It definitely helps if you are wanting to do that. Yeah, perfectly understandable. And it has worked, obviously it has worked out. Just an empty box. That's what you do with them. You just throw them away. Yeah, that's the one thing as well. That's the one thing with me, though. It's really difficult because the Australian time zone is really bad. So normally when if I want to start streaming normally, it's like either the UK is basically out because they're already asleep. America go to bed about halfway through my stream, and then Europe and the majority of Europe are probably not even online. Yeah, right now for me it's 8 p.m. And this is today's stream. I usually don't stream at night. I usually stream during the day. But when I stream during the day, it's really bad for, like, Europe and, like, the Americas. But even then, I still manage to, it really just depends on the people. There's a lot, I get a lot of night owls. I always say that in my streams. I have a lot of night owls, so, that definitely helps. Oh, she's changed the box. Wipe the past clean with crime cleaner, get sparkling clean with brute force. Did you change boxes? I like the new look. But yeah, I met a lot of people through, well, we all had we were all in that part of that Discord, I think. The Pixelify. And then from there, we kind of just went from that point and just was like, oh, well, if we all bounce off of each other's streams, then eventually everyone will get there. And sure enough, in the last, what, 3 months, like, a lot of us have, really started getting up there. My work, my pride, my dreams. The thing I've worked so hard for, gone. Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt, but is it believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make you a failure as a reporter? Failure as a reporter? Think of it, calling her a failure as a reporter might have been a bit extreme. Scold me, despise me, pack me away where I'll never see the light of day. And cast aside to waste away in a big pile of mushy paper mache. I don't feel responsible for this, but now's that chance to prod her for information while she's vulnerable. But that's what you were just thinking. What kind of a person do you think I am? Read me like a book. Sure, may as well. Scuttling Scuttlebutt. That was you on the stage earlier, wasn't it? Why'd you run off like that? Take a look. This. Why are you showing me a burnt-up old rag? Wait, it's really hard to see, but I think that's the Governor's logo there. So is this the banner that disappeared? It's all burned up. Don't look at me. Just happened to find it in the incinerator. Incinerator? Did Blackwell actually make good on his threat to burn her box? Probably try and find out whether someone tried to destroy this on purpose. Yeah, this banner is sounding less and less unrelated to our case, Apollo. Burnt fragments at the court record. Burnt remnants of the Governor's banner that was tossed into the incinerator and later found by Miriam. The depths of despair. Miriam, I owe you an apology. I should have said you were a failure as a reporter. I'd already decided journalism isn't for me. I don't need to check these, do I? I don't think so. Chase down and talk to the box's occupant, which is what we're doing right now. Search the art room once the cops are done, and seek the truth behind the murder. Last step is to erase all the photos on my PC. We're going to do it. Here goes. 5%. 10%. 4 years of my life down the drain. Should we stop her, Athena? Miriam, we should keep publishing your paper. Didn't mean what I said, okay? Didn't mean it? No, my photos, stop, cancel, abort! Did you stop it in time? Deletion progress, 99% complete. Only 2 photos left. What are you gonna do now, Athena? You owe it to her to make this right. I know. Your photo technique. Don't worry, Miriam. Your photos may be gone, but the memory of your photographic genius will live on forever in all of our hearts. Athena, that was cringeworthy. Hey, Miriam, check this out. Took some amazing photos of the three of them. Sure, they really appreciated it. Yeah, see, I don't know what the reasoning for the braces were. It's like attached to both wrists, which then lead up to the shoulder, lead up through the arms to the. I guess it's supposed to be like a. Oh, that's I guess what it's for. Never mind. I think I was understanding it. The brace is probably there to make it so that it looks more like a guy than a girl. I think. Because of the brace being over the breast area would mean that, like, oh, well, you know, it would be like pushing the in, I guess? I don't know if that's like if that's what it's actually for, but that would probably make sense. Because otherwise you would be, they would clearly know. I didn't even really notice once the brace was off, to be fair. Obviously, I'm the 8th member of the newspaper club. The only member, in fact. Now, this won't make up for the photos you lost. Here are your newspapers back. Famous Herald and Famous Herald Extra return to Miriam. So rest for the wicked. Plan on pursuing those three for as long as I live. Miriam, why are you so obsessed with Juniper, Hugh, and Robin? Obsessed? I'm not obsessed with them. It's just they were so close. Ever since their freshman year. Athena, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, I think that's the only explanation. Wait a second, you're not thinking what I think you're thinking.
Objection!
That's exactly what he's thinking, Miriam. You want in on our little trio. You want in on their little trio. I just noticed the picture, the picture was on her screen. There was a picture on the screen there. It's one abused laptop. A laptop won't turn on. I thought my life would end so soon. A mere 17 years. Now I really feel bad. Oh, I know. Miriam, we have a laptop at the office. I'd be happy to lend it to you. You have a laptop I can use? Sure, but on one condition. When you ask Junie, Hugh, and Robin if you can hang out with them. Like who could ever do that? Sorry, but that's the deal if you want to borrow a laptop. You scare me sometimes, Athena. You're like good cop, bad cop all rolled into one. Fine, I'll do it. If that's all you want. Be by later to bring you a laptop. Wait. It's not like I owe you anything, but here. Thanks. Oh, it's a set of pictures. Looks like they're setting up the stage. So we've got Aristotle and Robin. 23rd of October, at 6:03 p.m. Looks like they're setting up the stage. Then we've got Aristotle, the thing working on the thing in the two other ones. Yeah, I took them when they were putting up the stage's backdrop into place. Wow, you sure have an eye for photography, from what I can make out anyway. These are the last two photos that didn't get deleted. They're all yours. Stage setup photos added to the court record. The last two of Miriam's photos, they showed the students setting up the stage's backdrop on the night of the murder. I'll see you around, scary lawyer lady. It's really impressive, Athena. What's next? Well, I'd like to talk to Hugh or Robin if possible. Okay, let's walk around and see if we can find them. Nothing Nothing more from you, it doesn't look like. So search the school for more info. I'm guessing the whole thing about search the art room once the cops are done, I'm assuming it's going to be like last time, where we either need to have enough evidence to prove that we can go in there, like the noodle place, or we have to go and do everything else first, because it's like you can't go and do it until after you've already talked to who you have to do it for everything, I guess. So we'll go to the... Let's go to the hallway first. The art room, I'm guessing, I'm going to leave the art room till last, because this seems to be like the last place where we'll have to grab everything, similar to what happens in some of the other cases, so we'll try and go here last. Presumably because the cops aren't going to be finished by the time we get there. Or at least until we've found all the things outside of that one thing, I guess. Themis Legal Academy, first floor hallway. It's you over there. Prosecute and class camera, that's what it said. Here, we wanted a word with you, if you don't mind. It wasn't for Mr. Wright, then sure, but you two. I knew it. There's a hint of discord in Hugh's voice. Not getting off that easy. After all, you're a possible suspect. Plus, you actually confessed in court. Whatever, so what do you want from me? Make it brief. Don't have a lot of time, but I assume you don't either. Sure. Why did you confess? Bet your confession today. You weren't serious about that, were you? Let's just say I had no choice thanks to a certain lawyer who failed to get the job done. So you're really prepared to take the blame for this? Not gonna happen. Voice on the tape is female, so that rules me out. Let's put it this way. You don't actually believe that ridiculous play on words, do you? Well, my confession is just like that. A means to an end. Or as they say around here, the end justifies the means. But I actually do believe the voice is shouting, Hugh O'Connor. Juniper's confession was quite advantageous for the real killer. If Robin and I were actually the killer, we wouldn't have confessed. It's that simple. Even you should be capable of such reasoning. I've overestimated you. You'll make a great lawyer someday. I mean, you seem to enjoy getting under people's skin. You and Robin's confessions really prove their innocence instead of their guilt. This is going to take some serious thinking on my part. Relation to Blackwell. Sure looked like Prosecutor Blackwell was twisting your arm to testify earlier today. There's some sort of secret he's using against you. No intention of saying anything more. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hold on, I'm not through with you yet. Seems the rogue prosecutor has it out for me. Leave and we would just like discuss you-know-what. No, wait! One little statement and Mr. Cool loses it. What's that all about? Changed my mind. I'll stay and testify. Really are a rank amateur. Even if that were true, you'd think I'd open up to you? So he's not denying it. Secret might be causing the discord in his voice. Then again, we have the same problem with Junie and Robin. Just wasting your time and mine. Next question. Court's plan. At that meeting with Professor Court on the 23rd, why did she want to see you? No intention of telling you. You'll have to force it out of me any way you can. You're using the dark cloud of the court as well. I'm gonna quit calling it the dark cloud of the law or whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Professor Mean strikes again. Then again, Hugh is in the lawyer course. Didn't Professor Court used to say that the only good result is the truth? So why don't you drop this whole charade? I keep wanting to say charade, but I always say it's charade. Just tell me the truth. truth? How can you be so sure it will help you solve this case? Truth isn't necessarily your friend, or Juniper's for that matter. No, you're wrong. Don't care what anyone says. I'm gonna defend Junie the right way, using the truth. It's the only way to honor Junie's wishes and Professor Court's memory. See, very well, Miss Sykes. Testify tomorrow about that truth you're so interested in. Yeah, okay, something's up with that as well. Don't look to me if something happens to Juniper because of it. Understand? What's that supposed to mean? Terrible thing to say. I thought you guys were friends. Yes, we were. Till just recently, actually. Were? Already told you, Juniper. Already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. Don't really care about her anymore. What? Why? Just that I have my secrets, she has a side you've never seen. Juniper's not all sunshine and rainbows like you think she is. What are you saying? This conversation is over. Said I don't have a lot of time and I meant it. You, wait. He's gone. Doesn't care about her anymore. Why would he say that? Didn't go so well. I guess we'll just have to pin our hopes on his testimony tomorrow. Athena, what do you say we head over to the art room? Might be a nice change of pace. Hopefully the police have completed their investigation. Alright, we don't really have much time left anyway. Oh, okay, we're getting to the art room anyway. I thought we would have had to have gone there. Hey, that's I just realized this now. The hanging, the hanging, thing up here is, it's the, what was it, Phony Fanty? Phony Fanty is the, is hanging up on the top right corner there. Boy, there's my little lawyer friends again. Thanks again for allowing that school banner for us earlier. Don't mention it. Helping those in need is what my brand of justice is all about. Right, so this art room is where the murder actually occurred. That's right. You can't see it with the naked eye, but there's blood on the floor. That area roped up in the middle of the room marks the spot. The police investigation is done, so if you want to look around, knock yourselves out. We'll talk to you first, as well. Art room investigation. Find anything new, Detective Fulbright? Good question. Unfortunately, the answer is nothing much yet. Sure is confident for having found nothing. What if we're talking outside of the art room? There has been a major breakthrough. Once I find out what that is, I don't know what I shall do. No need for the theatrics. I was told I could fill you in on this one. Right, you saw right through me, Detective. I'm impressed. Looking to get arrested for murder via unwarranted flattery, are we? Breakthrough? So, what's the major breakthrough you mentioned? You want to know? You really want to know? You really, really? Come on, just tell us already. Oh, you're no fun. Anywho, we got the results of the voice print analysis back. Voice print? You mean for this tape recorder? Exactly. The voice belongs to the suspect, Miss Woods, beyond a shadow of a doubt. See right here, they analyzed the voice on the tape inside and out. Voice print analysis. The results of the voice analysis performed on the tape recording. You thought the voice on the tape was saying Hugh O'Connor. Let me check what the thing actually says then. What does it say? Issue, does the voice shouting, "You're a goner," belong to Juniper Woods? Result, the voice is a perfect match. Note 1, testing is underway regarding signs of post-recording editing. Note 2, this tape has about 10 minutes 35 seconds of noise requiring further testing. Thanks for the good laugh, Miss Sykes. He's the last person I want laughing at me. So now there's evidence of Juniper shouting, "You're a goner," around the time of death. If we were to take this as truth, how are we supposed to make sense of it? I don't know, I can't think of any reason why Junior would shout that in the first place. Nothing nothing else to talk about, really. I guess we'll just have to examine them. Let's have a look around. Kinda looks like there's a prosecutor's badge at the top of the statue. But it's not like but it's not if you look really close. Another strange, difficult to understand artwork of art. Look, it has a title. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Real creative. Either it's too abstract to understand, or as subtle as a sledgehammer. Wouldn't let me click on that. Mock trial script on the floor nearby an envelope marked use. I wonder if Miriam's script was ever really inside that envelope. Let's see here. By Miriam Scuttlebutt. And the title is... Rouge et Noir. Crimson Blood and Dark Judgment. Wouldn't take part in that mock trial if she begged me. It says there are special rules regarding the payment of bribes while court is adjourned. Oh, and you can bring it up to $3 worth of fabricated evidence. It also says, welcome to the darkest mock trial ever, where the ends justify the means. Prosecution claims this is the script was supposed to have been used. The scripts were selected by Professor Court, considering how much he valued the truth. Seriously doubt you picked a script entitled Crimson Blood and Dark Judgment. Well, you have that title memorized already. Piece of pottery. Looks like it's already been fired. Bet Robin made it. But it won't last long. Not with the way she deals with her own work anyway. It seems like a waste of time. I mean, this one already has some color on it. Looks just like bloodstains the way the glaze was dribbled onto it. Just like bloodstains. Oh, I see. In justice we trust. That does look like bloodstains. We better examine it at once. I get it. The victim was stabbed in the middle of the room with the big bloodstain is. Then brought over here. At which point some of her blood dripped into these pieces. That means the body very well could have been dropped from this window. In the mock trial script, the body was dropped onto a mat. Then a bowl cart was used to move it over to the stage. Maintenance areas below this room, and the storehouse there has a mat and bowl cart. So even the moving of the body was carried out just like in the script. Killer sure had a thing for junior script. Well, what did you expect? That's why we suspected the defendant in the first place. Well, you're wrong. I'm going to prove it in court. Picture of a girl wearing a floral hat. Oh, it has the artist's name right here. See court. Well, Professor Court must have painted this. So this is what they consider art. I really don't get it. So I've seen this girl before. There's an air of fragility about her, and those pity-inducing eyes. Who is this again? Her name's on the tip of my tongue. 3 busts sitting on a shelf. A judge, a defendant, and either a lawyer or a prosecutor. The bearded one must be a judge, and the bummed out looking one, the defendant. Look, there's another one that's fallen onto the floor. I wonder which one fell, the lawyer or the prosecutor. Think, Apollo, think. This could tell us how tomorrow's trial will go. I'll just wait for tomorrow's horoscopes, thanks. Mock trial script. Actually, there's a whole bunch of them here. Let's see, it looks like everyone from the judge course has submitted one. The victim contest court was the Fine Art Club's advisor. She probably spent a lot of time up here in addition to her other duties. This isn't where I keep a bunch of scripts, but I wager that's how they wound up here. Poor, stressed out, overworked Professor Court. Know exactly how that feels. It must be, because your desk always looks like a tornado hit it. You're one to talk Apollo. Me, what about Mr. Wright? Maybe we should rename the firm Wright Stuff All Over the Place Agency. This area with the rope around it. That's where we detected a large blood stain. I'm sure the victim was stabbed here or somewhere close by. The fact that there's no visible blood means it was wiped up with something, right? Right, but we were able to detect trace amounts of blood. Merely wiping it up does not remove all evidence of wrongdoing, and that, in a nutshell, is justice, right? I'd appreciate it if you let me have the cool lines. Clock? Oh, the clock is important. This is the clock that created that major problem for Journey. Let's take a closer look. Don't waste your time, I've checked it, and it's 100% accurate. You sure? How'd you check it? Of course I'm sure. I compared it to my own watch. See? Detective Fulbright, didn't you notice that your watch had stopped? It has? This is unacceptable. We obviously can't rely on him. Let's take a look for ourselves. Let's see. Wait a second. It's ahead by 1 whole hour. Well, detective. But this clock must have also been an hour ahead when this photo was taken. If so, that would fit perfectly with Judy's testimony. Prosecutor Blackwell went like this. I must feel sorry for the detective. Almost. Can at least pretend to feel sorry by wiping that big grin off your face. Wait just 1 minute. The clock is an hour ahead right now, sure. What proof do you have that it was running ahead on the day of the crime? That's a good question. Yeah, Fulbright in agony. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. When is he not in agony? Again, Fulbright, basically the gumshoe of this game. Anytime he feels like he's got something correct, he just, we pretty much just demolish it immediately. It just might have something. To Fulbright, you would agree that there is a moon outside this window, right? Sure, a nice crescent one. Like something out of a picture book. But if you look at that window in the back with the winch attached to it, you'll see that the only view to be had is the opposite side of the school building. He made a minor mistake. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like what isn't that like what real police work is kind of like? Oh, we make a mistake and then they just get like a slap on the wrist. What's this moon thing doing here? I wonder. Although then again, like Fulbright has access to. He seems like he'd be doing pretty well. That losing 5 cents on his salary isn't going to hurt him too much. Let's get it, Gavin. You were scheduled to perform at the school festival, weren't you? That's right, but I hadn't seen the stage until yesterday. That backdrop with the starry sky and big crescent moon isn't that bad. I know what this is from. I think I know what's happened here. So what's happened is, we saw the... I can bring this up. I think I know what's just happened here. This right here, this, little section of the, where you see this billboard, or whatever it is. I think this is the billboard for the... I'm assuming that this is the billboard or the backdrop for the trial. So I think that's what's happened. I think that's what's happened here. This thing that's getting on the crane. I think this was at the same level as where the windows were, and so that would have produced the backdrop to look like it was night outside, when in fact it wasn't. I think that's what it might be. 'Cause why would they show this specifically, and then if we go to this picture, this is the picture that they gave us, and we've looked at the same thing as well. So I think that's what's happened. Yeah, I think that's what's happened. Because now you look at the moon that they've got here, and then if you look at the moon that they've got on the picture, it looks very similar. It's still got it's got like the bluish tinge around the moon, and it's also got a couple of the white things on the. If I'm seeing this correctly, where's the other picture that I saw? Oh, here. Yeah. You can still see, I can't show it on the screen because I don't think my cursor's showing up, but it's like, I can see the white, there's like a thing around the moon here, and then also a little bit of, so I think that's what's happened. It made it look like it was at night, when in fact it wasn't at night. It was just the billboard going across the area for the, Isn't this the same as the one painted on the stage backdrop? Proof's right here, detective. This shows it was 6 PM when the photo was taken. Was the... Wasn't that? It was the... It'd be the stage... It'd have to be the stage, photo. This. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be using this as the, because remember they said that the clock was an hour ahead, and this is at 6:03 and or 6:01, and they're passing the thing over here. So this will prove it.
Take that.
Yeah, that definitely would prove it. Know what this moon really is. Look at this photo, you'll know too. This shows where that moon in the photo came from in the truth of Junior's testimony. What? Where does it show that? If you look right here, it will all become crystal clear. What shows the moon's identity and that Juniper was right? It would be this.
Take that!
We're still prepping the stage, so its backdrop wasn't in place yet. This photo shows them in the process of moving the backdrop into position. You can see that. It's the big board hanging here. The size matches too. But there's no picture, that's a crucial detail. It is, but I believe what we're seeing in this photo is the back of the board. The back of the... That's right, and at around 6 PM, when this was taken, a photo of that same board was being taken from the front. What do you mean the front? The front is against the wall. That's where you're wrong. What about the window? Remember how we said the moon shouldn't even exist in this photo? Take a good look. Are you suggesting the moon is the one on the backdrop? Exactly. In short, this photo was taken while the backdrop was being moved. As you can see here, it was around 6 PM when the backdrop was being set in place. So the art room clock was running fast, at least as far back as the day of the murder. How can I ever face Prosecutor Blackwell now? Yes, I just blew a hole in a piece of the prosecution's evidence. There we go. Alright, guess we still have more stuff to investigate though. Keep on investigating. Picture of a girl wearing a floral hat. Has the artist's name right here. Noon. Wow, Robin must have painted this. Is this Juniper? The clothes are different, but... Look, there's a piece of paper stuck to the back. Let's see what it says. Completely lacks Professor Court's artistry, must keep practicing. Robin. I think this is plenty good myself. I wonder what it would have looked like if Professor Court had painted Juniper. I thought it would have been really artistic looking. Paint palette here. No surprise there, considering this is the art room. Looks like someone mixed yellow and red to make orange. For yellow. You, on the other hand, are way too red. What's that supposed to mean? I think this is saying that the two of us have to work together to solve the case. What if this is Professor Cord sending us a message from beyond the grave? What about the blob right next to it? The one with the red and green? Maybe she's implying that you need more delicious greens in your diet. Are you saying Professor Cord is watching over our dietary habits from the pearly gates? Hey, it's gone. That strange statue in the school camera photo? Right, wonder where it is. As a member of the Fine Arts Club, maybe she could shed some light on this. I guess we're gonna have to talk to Robin, aren't we? Yeah. Still gotta show Newman the school camera photo, and we're gonna talk to her about some other stuff. There's the machine that reeled in everything. Some wire and a winch. So this is how they reeled the banners in and out. There's a nice view of the stage from here. Scooter Gavin is still standing in front of that broken statue. So it really wasn't you, Apollo. Don't worry, you can tell me. I won't tell anyone. Never clear my name unless we catch the real culprit. Well, I think we've examined pretty much everything we can. By the way, did Prosecutor Blackwell happen to tell you anything about tomorrow's trial? In justice we trust. It's no use trying to pry more information out of me. Having just learned that the clock had been 1 hour fast. Means we're back to square one concerning the suspect's actions that day. I wonder what the main argument will be about now. How the body was moved would be my guess, but Prosecutor Blackwell's got his own plans. Does he now? Detective Fulbright, try as you might, I wouldn't say another word about the investigation. I wasn't going to ask about that. I was just wondering if you'd seen Robin. Oh, you mean Miss Robin Newman? She was just here a moment ago. And she mumbled something about watching videos in the lecture hall. Video? What video? Thanks, Detective. Athena, I think we should stop by the lecture hall. Right, let's go. Anything else to talk about? Nothing else to examine? I must finish searching around here, but just one more look. Still got this to do. See the other half of the building over there, and the quad and stage down below. Yeah, this must be the window that Fulbright stuck his head out of earlier. Yeah, thanks for the help, Detective. A true champion of justice always comes running to those in need. Great, then how about telling us Prosecutor Blackwell's strategy for tomorrow? Wait, let me think. Well? Hey, I'm not falling for that. So close I could almost taste it. Okay, this is, Hey look, that's you on this mobile, Apollo, a red demon. A red demon? Looks more like a snake curled around a bush to me. No, see the antennae and the yellow spots on its back. Anyone can see it's a ladybug. Guess we'll have to agree to disagree. Fine, we can investigate this further at a later date. Agreed? Okay, let's do that. You okay with that, Athena? Really regret bringing this up. It's actually, it's definitely phony fancy from the, was it the first, yeah, the bombing case. It's definitely phony fancy, because I remember the paintbrush and the guilty sign. Definitely is there. I guess that's it. We will now go to, talk to Newman in the lecture hall and show Newman the school camera photo. That's all I've got left to do. Lecture hall, because we were just in the art room, so we don't need to do anything else there. We haven't explored the maintenance area yet, so maybe we have to do something there too, but we'll go to the lecture hall first. We may as well present the camera phone. We may as well present the camera. We may as well present the photo first because it might give us some additional dialogue that we can talk about. October 25th, famous Legal Academy, 3rd floor lecture hall. There she is, Robin. Hey, Robin. Oh, Athena, Apollo. What are you watching there? Oh, it just so happens to be a video of the mock trial. I had to use a bit of coercion to get it, but the ends justify the means, right? Here it is again. Professor Means sure has a lot of influence around here. Care to look into the true nature between the murder and the mock trial with me? Sounds great, but do you mind if I ask you some questions first? Sure, I'll tell you anything you... W-A-N-T. Okay, well, I had to present her with the school camera photo first. That would actually make sense, because it will give us more talking stuff to do, so... yeah. But that's actually one of the requirements that I have to do on the... according to the thing anyway. This thing tells me to present her with that. That should also give us a, usually presenting evidence gives you more talking segments. This is from Athena. Oh, this is so exciting! Sorry, but it's not a present. I want to know whether you knew anything about it. That's not nice, Athena. Why are you so cranky today? Wasn't until a moment ago. I guess that triggered. Okay, why did you confess? That's your confession today. Why'd you do it? That was, I presented it. Maybe I've got to do it later. Maybe I have to talk to her first. Because Jennifer hasn't done anything wrong. Had to stop trouble by any means possible. Right, the end justifies the means. So you're a follower of Professor Means? No, too. Professor Means is a wonderful teacher, as was Professor Court. I like them B-O-T-H. She brushed that one off like a pro. But with that style of justice, you run the risk of breaking the law. Well, I'm prepared to quit school because of this case. What? Why? I want to be an artist. That's what I really want, man. No! My parents forced me to study to become a prosecutor. If the trial went south, you'd have to drop out and give up on being a prosecutor. That's what you're really after, isn't it? Talk about someone who literally changes at the bat of an eyelash. Guess she's been dealing with her own problems too. That totally makes sense. Yeah, I suppose so, but that doesn't make what you did right. The date of the crime. Tell us about what you were doing on the night of the murder. Finishing a statue? I was on the stage until the last bell. That's right, you made the statues of Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Gavin, didn't you? Yes. Yes, I did. Both of them. This is just a formality, but can you prove you were making the statues at that time? Can I prove it? You think I'm the killer now? No. That's not what I meant. Both Hugh and Robin were still at school after 7 PM. But neither of them can prove exactly what they were doing. Notice that we haven't seen a photo of, like, what it would look like if Juniper had killed, the teacher. Which I don't think we have. One of them really have murdered Professor Court. Now that the secret's out. Many problems now that everyone here knows you're a girl. No worries there. Discussed the matter with Professor Court some time ago. Told her I want to let everyone know I was really a girl. Just today I found out that she spoke to the school administration on my behalf. Well, I must really like you. I know, right? But now I can finally be myself here at school. Don't have to hide the fact that I love girly clothes. That's why Athena, I simply must have this, and this by any means possible. This is evidence we need for the trial. Sorry, but no can do. Oh, don't be a party pooper, Athena. Come on, please, pretty please. Stage costume-related evidence taken in classic and justify the means style. I just like how, I guess this is the game's way of saying this is the useless evidence, and to get rid of it. So instead of Trucy just making everything disappear in her magic panties, we will, this is the game's way of explaining, this has to be it. This has to be the game's way of explaining, hey, like, I'm just gonna take the evidence away and it's not relevant. Which is clever. I will say that's a clever way of doing it. Getting rid of any useless evidence that doesn't have any relation to the case going forward. Now, one thing that I am looking for in this case, or not this case, in the future is, I want someone who is the killer, or someone who might be trying to hide something, to take away evidence so that we have to find another way to get around to that same conclusion. Because that would be very clever as well, because we've already seen in several cases now that these events happen where someone goes and makes our old evidence disappear. Makes our old evidence disappear. I want someone to take some of our evidence that we need to win, or we need to think, and be like, no, I want you to pull a Manfred von Karma from the first game. I want you to straight up just like take the evidence in some sort of illegal means and make us have to work for this work for the guilty verdict, the not guilty verdict. I want everyone to know before the snitch find out. Snitch? Sounds like a new lead. The snitch. There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. Yeah, they're watching everything we do. Our activities, our relationships, our interests. That would be Miriam Scuttlebutt, considering she openly admitted to, what was it? She openly admitted to, putting voice recording devices all over the place in the school. Putting it all to one of the professors. Why would anyone do that? Officially, I heard it's to seek out misconduct among the student body. Rumor has it, grades were being bought and sold through this surveillance network. It's bribery. The situation at Themis Legal Academy is worse than I thought. Oh, this is important stuff. Still want to ask about that one thing in the art room. Have to present. Oh, right. Okay. I thought we had to do. We could do that at any time. I guess we do that now. Okay, we do that now. Wouldn't let me present. We had to talk to her first, and then we presented it. Okay. Oh, but I just remembered something I want to ask you. This photo shows a piece of art on the table. Do you know what it is? Look at that unique artistic sense. This has to be one of Professor Court's creations, man. Professor Court's artistic sense? Professor Court's artistic sense? The tough one. So it's avant-garde and very eclectic. In other words, it's weird and all over the place. Come to think of it, that strange-looking painting in the art room. I love the reference to the first case here, with the phony Fanty hanging above the top right here, and then of course that none of them recognizing it. Like, what did they say? They thought one was a snake. Fulbright was like, it's a ladybug. It's a ladybug. It's one of Professor Court's works, wasn't it? The statue in that photo was originally a statue of Lady Justice. Lady Justice? So Court had planned on placing it on the judge's bench in the lecture hall. The day before the mock trial, it broke while I was polishing it. She said she'd take it back to the art room and try and fix it somehow. So this is the statue in its proper state. You bet. Just look at that wild silhouette. Wow, it's so C-U-T-E. Don't get it. Do you have to be an artist to appreciate stuff like this? Also, that's the photo of, I think, what she looked like when she was in the first trial, too. The actual picture. I think it was. Athena. Lady Justice you put back together on that stage. I didn't realize before because it was in pieces, just before, but before it was smashed. Maybe it didn't look like Lady Justice, but more like it does in the photo. What in the world was it doing on the stage? They just updated found broken on stage. Professor Court had remade it into a completely different looking statue the day before the mock trial. Well, I think that about covers it. Okay, then how about watching the mock trial video with me? What do you say? Sure, sounds good to me. So, how do you want to watch it? All classroom desks at the school have their own built-in computer, you know. Well, this place is definitely a lot cushier than I thought. I know you guys are in a hurry, so I'll just fast forward to the important parts. Let's start with the professor's pre-trial speech. It's going to be animated? Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking, you for coming here today. Sounds like Professor Means. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival begins shortly. Is the camera like this the whole time? Yeah, it's in a fixed position in front of the stage. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. Teacher's speeches always make me so sleepy. Let's just skip to the end of his speech. Now, let the mock trial begin. Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in this shot? Looks to me like she cut right in front of the camera. Juniper was always in charge of the audio. Even though she was already playing a part in the mock trial itself. Oh, good morning to you, Space Omen. Hope you're doing well today. For me, it's 9 PM, so a good night, I would say, at the moment. Well, I won't be going straight to bed once I finish this anyway. Welcome, welcome, man. Hope you're doing, hope you have a good day today. She had to do it to keep the script details secret. She was all over the place that day. She wasn't in the trial, she was in the audio control room dealing with the music. 6:51 AM? Yeah. Are you, in the UK by any chance? Well, actually, yeah. Again, Australia's time is, backwards, like. We're ahead of everyone, and then, like, it never, like, no matter when I stream, I'm either gonna have people really late at night or people early in the morning. So this is what the lecture hall looks like. It's like there's a judge's bench back by the screen, and a witness stand up front. Look at those balconies. The professor's names on them. Okay, so we've got faculty seat, Professor Means, faculty seat, Professor Court, audio control room, screen, and then the screen in defense. Those are the faculty seats. So it means that Professor Court were in charge of scoring the mock trial. Okay, that's good. Lecture hall diagram and court record. A diagram of the lecture hall where the mock trial took place. Okay, let's fast forward this a bit. That's why the defendant is definitely guilty. That was me, could you tell? Objection. Frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab a professor with an arrow. I don't think so. Read that line in the mock trial, Apollo, but you made it sound kind of weird. Cut me some slack. It's my first time reading that script. I think Juniper's going to speak next. Didn't do it. I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. Sure, I shouted, "You're a goner," but didn't mean it. Wow, what an emotional performance. She put a real actress to shame. Wait, could you go back and play that scene again? Really think that's necessary? Didn't do it, I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. Sure, I shouted, "You're a goner," but didn't mean it. Stop, did you hear that? I think you're onto something. Let's play that last part again. I don't follow. What are you guys so excited about? I think this piece of evidence should explain it. Touch or open a piece of evidence that links the line that we just heard to the case. That would be the tape recorder. Because the tape recorder says you're a goner in it, so I would think that the tape recorder would be the one that would make sense.
Take that!
Of course, whenever we present evidence to anybody, even if it's not in the courtroom, we have to yell at them. We're right next to them in a conversation, and then, you know, like normal people would do, if someone was presenting you with something, you know, you pull out the evidence, or you pull out something and you just yell, take that at them, or hold it, or objection. You just, that's what normal people do. I'll play it for you. Voices and performance do sound similar, but I can't believe this is happening. It's just a possibility, but if the voice in this tape is really a recording, one made from the mock trial video, then that means this evidence is fabricated. I didn't get to do a voice print analysis in time for court today. That's why the gender of the voice became so important. If the real killer had foreseen that gender would become key in today's trial. Tried to deflect attention away from himself and making the suspect female. Basically, the only one with something to gain from doing this is our sole male suspect. Wait a second. No way! Professor Means' credo is the end justifies the means. Okay, I feel like I'm getting there's an explanation for this. There has to be something. The fact that they keep hammering home the end justifies the means constantly, everyone's using this phrase constantly. This has to have some sort of meaning. Because I feel like I've seen this in another game before where characters just kept saying a certain phrase and then ended up being a major plot point. There's been some games that have been like this. This can't just be for nothing. But I still don't know how that would make a big difference because I don't. We haven't gone to the trial yet to figure out like. But the fact that these characters keep hammering home the end justifies the means, the end justifies the means, the end justifies the means. I understand that they were under the, you know, Professor Means is a teacher, but it's like they keep hammering this in. Like they keep letting us know about this particular phrase. Makes sense. Perfect sense that a student who took those words to heart. Fabricate evidence. Need to get that tape analyzed as soon as possible. Tape recorder updated. Just like a transcript, maybe a fake. Allow me to assist you with that. Oh, Clavier's back. Awesome. Prosecutor Gavin, at least make some kind of noise so we know you're there. It's go big or go home with Rockstar entrances for Elaine. Timing's everything. Let me make a copy of that tape right now, and I'll get you the results as soon as I can. I trust that it will be alright. Very much so. Thanks. Well, Athena, it's almost sundown. Isn't it about time we head over to the detention center? I think Judy will agree that there's something that could prove her innocence, but will her heart really be open to accepting it? She had to have known this was what I'd find. Oh, we're just going straight to the detention center. Okay. So I guess we've only got this little part left then. That about covers the main gist of our investigation. I see, very interesting. But I'm quite the busy beaver today. Thank you all for your hard work, Athena. Well, my time's about up, and it will be getting dark soon, so... Junie, you must be tired after being on your feet all day. You should go home and... No, wait, you have to listen to me. I don't want to hear anymore. Know what you're going to say, Athena. Junie, you promised. going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery. We're going to bring you solid evidence just showing just what that truth is. If you succeed in doing that, I want you to promise that you'll accept it, Junie, no matter how hard it is to hear. Okay, but only if it's the real truth. So please just listen to what I have to say. Once you've heard me out, I'll let you decide what to do. I think we should probably talk to her first, because there's probably going to be something that we have to tell Juniper about the fabricated evidence and seek the truth behind the murder. I think we still have to just talk to them. So suspicions about O'Connor. Voice in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie. In the mock trial video, we can hear you reading your line from the script. Being both of them analysed now, but from what I can recall, the voices are the same. The only one who'd benefit from faking the voice recording would be Hugh. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, Hugh confessed in order to protect me. This may sound strange, but his confession is a ploy to make himself look less suspicious. In other words, he was just pretending to protect you. Besides, his confession came after you and Robin had already confessed. If you hadn't confessed right then as well, wouldn't that have seemed a little suspicious? Say what you will, Athena, but none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Oh, perception. Okay, perception time. Wait, Athena. Bracer reacted just now. Did? But why? Junie, can you look me in the eye and repeat what you just said? None of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. Gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. Yep, perception time. Now I'm sure of it. She's lying. Alright, time to look for that tell. She grabbed around her neck, so I'm thinking that might be where it is. Let's leave it here and see if anything happens. I saw her grabbing a... Oh, it's the mouth. I was like, wait a second, nothing's moving in this third thing. It's like, oh, it's her mouth that's actually doing something. Unless this is supposed to imply that she's talking, but...
Gotcha!
This can't be right. Surely. There it is. Juniper, you're feeling nervous, aren't you? No, that's the thing, I'm not. The student council president is so easily shaken. Nice try, but I just spotted a telltale habit of yours. Don't know what your... Paulo, it's you and your loud voice that's unnerving her. No, I already told you. Not nervous. I'm not student council president for nothing. Well, in any case, looks like I got that one wrong. Wait, what? I got it wrong? Okay, I'm gonna have to look around. I thought... Her mouth moving must have been... Oh, okay. Her mouth moving is the... I'm not seeing any tells here, so... Nothing in the hand, nothing with the eyes. Where's her other hand? Can't even see her hand. Wait a minute. How is this a tell? This can't be the tell, surely. This can't be the tell. Yes, I get that this is a video game. This is why I don't like the perceive system. Oh, I noticed that you were ruffling your scarf. That must mean that you're guilty. Oh, you're fidgeting in the courtroom. It's like, no, I'm just like naturally like. I would not want to. Let me put it this way. I would not want to be a someone in the court system and Phoenix Writer's thing because I move around constantly. I can't stop moving. You don't only see me from here to here. You don't see my like hands moving. or like my feet moving around constantly. Like, I'm always constantly moving, and it's not because I have something to hide, it's because, you know, I naturally just move around a lot. Because I can't help myself. I do fidget and stuff as well, so...
Gotcha!
So, if anyone's bracelet tightens while they're watching my stream, it's not me. I'm definitely not lying about anything. Juniper, you start coughing when you're under stress. Can't hide it from me, no matter how hard you try. When you said, it never causes trouble, a cough escaped and made your scarf flap. Hang on 1 second. That's true that she coughs when she's under stress. But this is also... Okay, I'll fine. It's a video game, I'll accept it. Like, as for why you were stressed, it's because you were lying. Junior, you're trying to hide Hugh's connection to this case, aren't you? I believe that also ties into a secret about yourself. A secret? About me? Don't understand. Already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. Don't really care about her anymore. What? Why? Juniper's not all sunshine and rainbows like she said, like you think she is. He ended their friendship after he found out about Junie's secret, which means he must have felt betrayed by Junie, making her the killer, an accomplice, or the snitch. Well, not the killer because we're thinking she hasn't done it, so I don't think we're going along the accomplice theory because that would imply that if she was an accomplice, that either one of the other two killed the character. Yeah, definitely not the killer. Accomplice would mean that she helped out somebody else with the thing. I don't think that she would have done so, because that would still make you, even though you're an accomplice, that would still make you, depending on the way that the court is perceived, they would still consider you as an accomplice to murder. So to me, that would still be, these two things are kind of the same, in this game at least. Even if someone was an accomplice to a murder, they would still get heavily, like, killers in this game get the death penalty. An accomplice would probably maybe avoid the death penalty, but spend a lot of time in jail, but I don't think she's either of the two. Plus, our clients have always gotten off of stuff for the most part, so I would just go with the snitch, I think. You Professor Court snitch, weren't you? There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. They're watching everything we do. Activities, our relationships, our interests. See, I thought the snitch was going to be Miriam because of the planting of the voice recorders and stuff, but that was more so just for her being a journalist, which, you know, obviously a legal means as a journalist, but journalist nonetheless. While fulfilling that role, you learn something about Hugh you'd rather forget. Don't know what you're talking about. Junie, please stop hiding things from me. I hate having to force things out of you like this. Looks like we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Time to review the evidence and see if I can't prove my hypothesis. Must have something that proves Junie's the snitch and Hugh's connection to the case. That would be, I must have something that proves Junie's the snitch or anything. What have we got? Hugh's connection to the case would be the stuff that he was meeting with a court. Trial script, no. Autopsy, no. Tape recorder, no. This, no. Not that. Not that. None of these I don't think would really give me anything. it would probably just be the planner, because the planner has, there is a page from the planner that would connect the, thing with Hugh, and this also has Hugh in here, but this would also probably connect her to, because of the preparation for the trial. So I guess we'll just go with this.
Take that!
Right here in Professor Court's planner, it says, routine report. I believe this is meant to mean when the snitch would report to Professor Court. Also believe Professor Court planned to meet Hugh in private based on the snitch's info. From their meeting, Hugh must have put 2 and 2 together and figured out your secret. So you see, it all makes sense, only if you're the snitch, Junie. Forgive me, Athena. I've been lying to you this whole time. The truth is, I suspected Hugh from the start. You did? Now this is surprising. So sorry, I've talked about friendship so much, but I've been a terrible friend. Juniper, I don't have that special kind of hearing that Athena does. I don't need to sense the pain you're feeling inside. And its intensity is directly proportional to how you feel about your friend. Am I right? Polo. Please, Junie, tell me why you suspected Hugh. Feeling that would be the key to getting to the bottom of this whole case. Okay, suspicions about O'Connor. What exactly was your role as class snitch? Professor Court has told me how academic alumni head straight from the path of justice. Dark age of the law, huh? She didn't want any more of our students going astray like that. A few others at the academy shared her view. Oh, you're still here. I forgot that Means was still here because of the what's his name stuff. Why is Means still here? I think he wasn't he supposed to be the representative to I guess he was supposed to be Juniper's representative. Remember, she took over the thing or whatever. I was wondering why she was there. She asked you to be her eyes and ears, didn't she? I used to report to her once a month about any wrongdoings I'd seen or heard about. That report session in her planner, the one from October 22nd, was a part of that. Yes, that's when I reported Hugh to Professor Court. She's just her own friend. I wonder if this ties together to what Blackwell was hiding, because remember Blackwell threatened O'Connor with like, oh, if you don't do something, I'm going to reveal this. So I'm wondering if how Blackwell found out as well. He figured it out in some way. Your report on O'Connor. It accidentally overheard you talking. What did you hear? He was talking to someone on the behalf. He was talking to someone on the phone. I think it was one of his parents. What were they talking about? Something about having paid money for good test scores. I only overheard him talking, so I never did find out who the money was going to. It's bribery. He was buying his way through school? And if that's the case, that evidence that always seemed out of place might actually be about his secret. Out of place evidence. It would be this page. The Hugh scrap, I think. Wait, always out of place evidence. Out of place evidence. Tape recorder. Hugh scrap? Banner, no. This would have something to do with it. Set up photos, no. I think it's the Hugh scrap. Like, this would have to be about the secret.
Take that!
course, even in the detention center, when we have to present anything to someone, we yell it at them and we show them the evidence. Found this while we were investigating the stage. It's got Hugh's name on it. Didn't know what the number meant at the time, but now that I'm hearing about bribes, must mean that a bribe of 120 grand was to be paid in October. What's more, take a look at this mark. That same mark is on the pages of Professor Court's planner. How come we haven't gone and turned the pages of the actual planner yet to see what, where it got torn out? Hey, you're right. Wait, why would Professor Court have that kind of information in her planner? I don't really think the person who was taking the bribe money was... It's just a possibility at this point, but it may indeed have been Professor Court. But... That is impossible. She'd be the last person I'd ever suspect of accepting bribes. Like I said, it's just a possibility, but a rather good one. Maybe their private talk had to do with the possibility of the bribery being exposed. And what started out as a little argument soon got out of hand. It's not your fault, Junie. Anybody would have suspected Hugh if they knew what you knew. No, I don't believe that alone would have driven him to murder. There's another reason why I suspected Hugh. You've got to be kidding me. There's another reason? Your other reason. What is your other reason? Saw Hugh around 7 PM, the day before the mock trial. So she's finally ready to talk about that. When I saw him, his... Athena. Junior, you alright? Just try to relax and tell me what happened.
I never wanted to see what I did.
Okay, animated cutscene.
But I'll have to live with it, won't I? In that hallway, Hugh's hands.
Why is he walking around like a zombie? Why is he walking around like a zombie? It was just completely random. His hands were dripping with blood. That was a little random. I will just straight out say that. Why? What am I going to do? Deep down, I know Hugh can't be the killer. But my mind keeps telling me how he is, no matter how hard I try to convince myself he isn't. What am I going to do? Hugh, he's... I can't take this anymore. Athena? So she hid the fact that she had seen Hugh and said she went home at 6 because she wanted to avoid talking about what she saw. Junie, must have been terrible holding all that in. It's gonna be okay. I'll get to the bottom of this. That's my promise from one good friend to another. I'll be defending Juniper tomorrow. If that's okay with you, Professor Means. My main concern is whether you can defeat that prosecutor. But I won't try to stop you. I will be watching from the gallery. And shall look forward to seeing what sort of results your methods can produce. Good luck tomorrow. Now, if you would, please excuse me. Athena, I'm sorry. I really mean it. Wish I had trusted you from the start. You have to uncover the truth tomorrow. I know you can do it. Don't worry, we already know that the prosecution's key piece of evidence is a fake. Thanks to you, we figured out the motive too. Let's give this our best shot, Athena. Let tomorrow be the day Juniper walks free. Wouldn't have it any other way. Should be all ready now. What could possibly go wrong this time? Who knows? I don't know what... I think Blackwell's got something up his sleeve. Like, again, he still has that thing on, He still has that thing on Hugh. And, just because one piece of evidence got proven as being fake doesn't mean that they don't have some other thing that's happening, like Fulbright and Blackwell have always got something. It's a strange, uneasy feeling I can't shake. Better be imagining it. Alright, there we go. So what, it took us about... When did we finish the stream? We finished the stream, when did I finish stream? I finished, I think I started the investigation... Yeah, I started the investigation, I ended the last stream on the investigation, so that took us nearly 2.5 hours to do that. I don't think we'll finish the trial. We probably won't finish the trial tonight, but I'll at least, like, hopefully we can at least get to a point where we, I'll keep going for as long as I feel like I can go. So I want to get to the bottom. I kind of want to get out of this case just so that I can go and see what the next one is, because I want to see what the next couple of cases are going to be like. I'm just not enjoying this one as much as the other one is. Like, the investigation portions have been good. I've enjoyed those. But the trial just didn't seem like it was as fun. October 26, 9:45 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Were you able to sleep last night? Sleep? Sure I slept. For a grand total of 0 hours. Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck for you. The voice print analysis came back, and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. In other words, the recording's a fabrication. Tape recording updated. It's been identified as a fake. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Who's there? Wait. Do you see who it was? No, I got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been Hugh. Bet he was eavesdropping. Wonder if he saw our hand. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Boxgirl were listening in too. We'll make sure they don't make a run for it. That is my final gift to you. Okay, all that's left now is to reach out to the truth. Time for a mini Chords of Steel workout. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Your turn. I'm Athena Sykes and I'm fine. Everybody now. October 26th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 4. Day 2, court is now in session. All rise. Let's get things going. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The Sykes Brigade is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready as well. I mean, isn't that right, Prosecutor Black? Oh, we're never gonna get that, are we? None of these cases, we're never gonna get any opening statement read by Blackwell. We're not gonna get any, all of the opening stuff just gets handled by the judge now. I love this. He just has a commanding presence over everything. Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody, understood? Your boldness. Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions. But later I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury. Well, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday. A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The art room clock runs fast, cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he's paying for his failure as we speak. Poor Detective Fulbright. Hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact. But if that's the case, then what will we be? The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from art room to stage. And I mean to prove it here this day. So as Detective Fulbright said, but what else does he have up his sleeve? My understanding of this heinous crime is this. The murder took place near the center of the art room, as evidenced by the bloodstain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area. Which is to say the body was carried over to that very window. From there it was dropped down to the maintenance area below. And though there were nary scratches to the body aside from the fatal wound, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then a bowl cart was used to haul the body over to the stage. So very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could have moved the body that way.
Objection!
Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either. Why you? Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it's time for you to come forth. Alright, who is the witness? Okay, who is the witness? Well then, will the witness please state his name and occupation? Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Themis Legal Academy. I'm studying to become a lawyer. Yesterday I told that lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. So I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Sykes? What's he up to now? The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now your testimony, please. Alright, what O'Connor saw. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. Watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. Real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client. Never a snappy comeback, when I need one. It's coming straight at us today, using any means possible. To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting up the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse. The client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they used it?
Objection!
Oh, there is plenty wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body. Sucks being the last to know everything. I think I get it now. Also, I didn't notice this until today. Apollo's backpack has a hanging Mr. Hat like keyring or keychain, I guess. I only noticed this today because I'm not used. I didn't realize this, but it's like that's a pretty cool like little addition that they had. Drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the man. If the only matter that fitness was where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to this case. Off to a bad start again. Sure you're okay, Athena? It's game on, Hugh. Game on. Gonna turn your arrogant, perfect score grin to a teary-eyed frown of failure. Alright. Time to press some statements for some additional information. So, let's, plus we also get, like, some funny banter sometimes. Even though, we don't lose any, health, which is nice, too. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it right there! Well, I was just getting to the important part. Eager to unsheath your blade, Sykes, Dono. Your heavy breath heaves to where I stand.
Objection!
How rude. Human's breath doesn't travel anywhere near that far. So then the only issue is distance. You're not denying that you're a heavy breather. Just saying that scientific studies have proven that it's not... In there, Athena. No matter how many insults they hurl, it won't affect the judge's opinion of you. What about my own self-esteem? Let's get back to what happened before the mock trial.
Hold it!
My client was simply putting the matter away. Nothing to do with this case.
Objection!
That is where you were wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a 3-story fall. Hence, the mat dragged by the accused was essential to moving the body. If we win this one, I promise to donate another thick mat to the academy. And show me how to show you the truth. You'll have my full cooperation.
Hold it!
Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said? I was between the stage and maintenance area. She was behind the backdrop. Sticking to his guns. The issue here is where he was standing when he says he saw Junie. Nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Time to dig a little deeper. Oh, well, before you ask, I have my glasses on. Therefore, I'm positive it was Juniper. That is not an issue.
Hold it!
Shouldn't assume anything. Only shows that you're not positive.
Objection!
Such wild momentum. Perhaps you were a raging bull in your past life.
Objection!
Don't compare me to some stupid farm animal. Hoy, justice, Dono. Our assertion is Juniper was simply putting the mat away. In that case, where would you be taking it? To the storehouse? Over in the maintenance area? Precisely. Therefore, there is naught wrong with the witness's judgment in that matter. It is your wild charges that issue here. But I cannot help if you keep seeing it red. He's gonna get a face full of justice, Apollo style, if he keeps that up. Anyway, I saw her heading towards me. Last statement, so,
Hold it!
we have to start figuring out what we're gonna present, I guess, because if this doesn't, progress the thing. And it's entirely possible that someone else moved the body, correct?
Objection!
Are you mad or merely delusional? Everyone was in the lecture hall before the mock trial. The rest of the campus was empty. Ergo, the only probable suspects were the 3 trial participants. And no, thank you for saying the obvious. Also know that you, Hugh O'Connor, were one of the participants. Mr. Confidence sure goes all out when he tells the truth. Well, I don't think he meant for any of that to be misleading. But it doesn't make it factual. Careful now, Athena. A genius like Hugh could be leading you right into a trap. Be surprised if he wasn't, but all I can do is charge forward with both eyes closed. Okay, so I think now we've got to the end of the... So now we're gonna try and figure out what we would have to present on the areas, and stuff. Let's have a look. So that we already know is true, so I don't think that's necessary. Saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I don't think we have anything that can deny that that didn't happen. Watching from a vantage point between the stage and maintenance area. What did the other one say? Heading towards me, so I assume she was on her way to the maintenance area. I don't think we have anything to do with that. Didn't have time to stand around it. This one here doesn't seem like it's anything either. It's probably this one. Watching her from a vantage point between the stage and maintenance area. What do we have that can contradict that? Watching her from a vantage point between the stage and... I think it's this. This would prove that he couldn't have been watching from a vantage point, because a vantage point would imply that, Hugh was, like, at a higher point and watching down or watching across or something like that, I think, would be the... That's probably how a vantage point would be explained. So nothing else here would suggest, it might be... Unless it's this. It's one of these. It has to be one of these because of the stuff. Watching it from a vantage between a stage and the maintenance area. Unless one of these photos shows her in the... It could be this. Because, you could say that he was watching her from the stage in the maintenance area, that it's like, how could he see her... How could he see her in the maintenance area if, this was blocking the window where she was? I guess that would be the best way to explain that. So I guess we'll just go with this, because the other picture is a picture, so it wouldn't be hard.
Objection!
So it would be this. Saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area. Well, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the students setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. See the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here. Oh yes, in fact there were a bunch of those next to my house till a few days ago too. So noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest. Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That is their purpose. Now let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from that vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop. Oh my, the screen would have been completely in the way. That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point. Order! Order! Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court? The screen? Right. Must have slipped my mind. Are you telling me that you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally big as that? There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have. And the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have. Why don't you just admit that it was a normal, everyday brain fart already? Will the witness now please restate what he remembers, minus the lapses of memory? It's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen.
Objection!
Are we testifying that our client was behind the stage? But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front. To actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen, the witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Nice one, Athena. Keep it up.
Objection!
Alright, golden boy. Is this not your chance? Oh, is he gonna is Tarka gonna come out and, telling the truth would be like a weight lifted off from your chest. The truth? What truth? The fact that golden boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
Objection!
But then the screen would have blocked his view of...
Objection!
On the ground, yes. His view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high. Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think... something on the other side of the screen? Something high enough to see the stage? No way, this crane right here? I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial. Me neither, but it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body. It's fair enough, Prosecutor Blackwell. Remember, you promised. I recall making no such promise. It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information. What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell is using against him? What's it got to do with going into the crane? Golden boy did not go up into that crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds. What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane? I object to the prosecutor's last statement. So proof I have operated that crane.
Hold it!
Actually, there just might be something that proves you did. If this whole part-time job thing is true, then it would be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day too. Is this what you were thinking of, Athena? Yep, as the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. If you look carefully, it bears a definite resemblance to Mr. O'Connor. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. Oh, very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains. Defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light. That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that? The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature. Not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as a witness by examining his fingerprints, his neck, or his hobby. Well, from the photo, we can't grab their fingerprints, so that's not gonna work. Your hobby is not going to be showing up if you're on a part-time job, so I'm assuming the only way to do so would be via his neck, for some reason. I can see some orange, I think here, but I don't know if that means anything. The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck. Well, yes, you can see it right there. But then are you saying you mean to... Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. That's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination. No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy. You're a disgrace of a man. Now stop unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off. Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck. For a second I thought that Tarka was gonna fly over and like rip the neck part off. But I think he only has the one, like, animation. Well, you know, the one, like, attacking animation. Guess I have no choice. Okay, that's what we definitely saw. Oh my! So where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask? Didn't buy it, it's handmade. There's only one like that in the world. Well, it sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analyzed? You are an irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. Work a part-time construction job. Has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed. Never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. When you factor in all of the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? About that. You see, I'm a genius, so you know.
Objection!
Let us dispense with this inane charade, golden boy. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, I won't. High school seniors are 19 at most. Thus, they failed to complete the requirements. But that does not apply to you. Does it, Mr. O'Connor? Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right? Actually, Golden Boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school. Wait, come on. Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. 'Tis all right there. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. 25? You mean he's older than me? A 25-year-old high school student? Like, I wasn't expecting that. Different age. 7-year break. 7 years? I've just got one thing to say. There are two kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take. And the genius kind people like me take.
Objection!
But a genius would quickly become a chore. For a 7-year break. I think you have that backwards, Athena. Even geniuses make mistakes. Just happened to make mine, only 7 years in a row. Only you could get away with using only like that. Enough of this jibber-jabber. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. The accused readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further. Consider that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script. Fine Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me? As long as the mat was used to move the body, Judy's going to be under suspicion. Athena, I just thought of something. What was you doing in the crane right before the mock trial? Couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start. Yeah, why was he in the crane? Wait, you don't think... Your Honor? Yes, Miss Sykes? I've got it. I've got an amazing idea that will turn the prosecution's claim on its head. Little conjectures that have stopped us before. Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to move the screen, move yourself, or move the body. Well, the screen was already being moved. The screen was already moved, but I don't know if he was the one that was moving it. Moving yourself, he couldn't have been moving himself. Moving the screen was what was getting moved. And the body was... If the body was outside... I feel like it was... If it was the screen, it would be obvious. He was obviously moving the screen. And he can't be moving himself. So I feel like it can't be the screen because that's what it was showing that he was doing. Supposedly. we can't move ourselves with the crane, so that would mean the only other option would be the body, which would mean that they're... Are they working together somehow? Moving the body, I guess? I don't really think there's anything else that would... Because... Yeah, let's go with this. Body was just like it was in the script. So it must have been moved like in the script too. This is what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish. Those are pretty strong words, Athena. Sure about this? I mean, this is a licensed crane operator, so you could have used it to move the body.
Objection!
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this does not bode well for you. Wait, he's on my side this time. Or is this another trap? Watch this. Oh, here we go. He's gonna use the bow on us. He can use a bow and arrow one-handed. Oh, he's using his mouth. I just realized this now. He's using his mouth to pull the arrow. That takes a considerable amount of strength there. That is very impressive. To be able to pull a bow and arrow with your mouth. Or your teeth, I should say. It's a crazy level of dexterity. You can even drive a crane with one hand. That's easy. Operating the crane itself is so complex, it requires both hands. Now, I would have to look at this. Please tell me that's a ketchup stain. That explains why his hand was in his pocket the entire time and it never came out. You wish my hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. I've already verified this with the hospital of treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say. So how did you hurt it? See no need to discuss that. There's no relevance to this case. Two hands are required to operate complex machinery such as a crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane. Now I'm the fool. Planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. Wanting to keep my part-time job a secret, I had to do it just before the mock trials, instead. Here I thought this was the big break we've been waiting for. Now that the defense's sophistry is laid bare, I would have the court recall my claim. The body was dropped out of a third-floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. Then a bowl cart was used to move it to the stage. See, I've been paying attention. Well done, your boldness. Now consider this. The accused was sighted dragging that mat. Ergo, it was she who moved the body. I think you're on the right track, Athena. Do? Yeah, Juniper remains the prime suspect if we assume the body was moved per her script. So as the defense, you have to figure out how else the body could be moved. Is he telling me to think of another way besides the crane? Miss Sykes, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And if you do not, it is time for the verdict. Isn't that correct, your boldness?
Objection!
No, not yet. All I have to do is show that the body was moved like it was in the script, right? Well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with this case. There is a sword of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence. You ain't scared me. Force a smile, Athena, you can do it. What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have moved without it being dropped. How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art room and the stage. Someone could have easily used that thing. Oh, yes, of course. Besides, the court would like to see what you have for us. All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of a possibility. The mat and ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what was used. Okay. I think most of the stuff on the first things are going to be irrelevant. The only thing that could be used here would be this is a Governor's banner, but it was burnt. I think it would have to be this, because this has a trace amount of blood, so if the body was transferred from here to here, then that would work. And also the banner came from the art room to the stage, and the banner was tied up in a way that looked like it was thing, so I guess it would be the banner.
Take that!
Here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together. Might I propose an idea? Might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance. This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackwell. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage. Which allowed students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. But it could have easily been lowered to the stage via the wire.
Objection!
Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen, yet there are no signs of blunt force trauma.
Objection!
You surprised me, Prosecutor Blackwell. You didn't actually think I failed to, you didn't... Slow down, again. You didn't actually think I failed to account for that. Sure, that's exactly what I thought. When we investigated the stage yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. Pouches are useful for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried? Oh, go on, please explain. The body was bundled to the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. The body would have been on stage in a flash. There'd be no need for a mat. Throw out the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying?
Objection!
I've no patience for you or your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high wire act. If you have an actual objection, then just come out and say it. Trust to recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have to be via the window above the quad. The one with the winch. However, the bloodstained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area. Ergo, the wire and the banner had not at all to do with the case. That same pottery, I remembered that. This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the map theory if you don't do something. Oh, Miss Sykes, I hope you have something better this time than a circus act. Well, my theory is true, then that blood in the pottery must not have been, the victim's blood. It's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood in the pottery came from? Shame on you, Sykes don't know. Have a little more respect for the constabulary. Oh, you're back. Okay. Fulbright! Looks like they didn't check it. Yeah, he's back again, which means that we're gonna have more things to do with you. Don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes. Spare me your cheek. We will not know either way till the tests are run. True, but in the meantime, I'm gonna press my claim as far as I can. Your boldness, I demand that the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant. Of course, it shouldn't take long to get the results back. Oh my, that was quick. Great history if it turns out to be the victim's blood. Please, please let it be someone else's. It seems the blood was not from the victim. What? Furthermore, a comparison with other parties involved with this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor. Score. Don't worry, Junie. Just try to relax. His hands were dripping with blood. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand had suffered a serious injury. He sustained the wound in a struggle with the victim, and his blood got in the pottery. And Judy saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first floor hall. Then the explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
There is but one way now to turn aside her blade. Do not cast the blame on me. Your grudges with Sykes don't know, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever. Wow, how much dirt does he have on Hugh? The court will observe this odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam Scuttlebutt's script was found. Miss Scuttlebutt's? But didn't the prosecution already claim that? This envelope is the one that contained her script. Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had this hidden from us all. Let's see here. My word, talk about the world's most painful paper cut. Indeed, you can clearly see that if this envelope is open correctly. A powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leading a horrible gash upon the hand. Right, just give me 1 second, I need to do something. The only one who's been told the correct way to open it is Constance Court. Really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission, and you wish you hadn't. Yikes, Miriam wasn't kidding when she said that. The blood on the blade is the witnesses. A genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script, and paid for his foolishness. This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen. Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. Still got the wire theory. Yeah, I've got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance areas and the victims, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wire and banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that. Call yourself a lawyer? You see the glaring contradiction in your thinking? The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out. And you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever. Seems you've forgotten the two statues that were on stage directly below the wire. Body said sliding down that wire would have crashed into them. Care to explain that away? Why, I believe he's right. The statues and the wire were extremely close together. So the body would have collided with the statues. What if they did collide? Wait, that's it. Wait, that's the thing, they actually did collide. Speaking of these statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them, that would also explain that sound we heard while we were in the waiting room. Now that you mention it, you and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard that sound, correct?
Objection!
Interesting. How very interesting. But may I ask just one question? When was it you heard said sound? Okay. So I think at this point would probably be a good, because we're about to get to, I think, another section where I have to, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish the trial today, because it's like, we already spent, like, what, 2.5 hours doing the investigation. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have to be able to complete the trial, and I am starting to get a little bit tired, so... I think we've just come to the... This seems like we've just come to the... It's hard to say. I don't think this is going to 3 days trial. I don't think this is going to a trial of 3 days. So because it's not going to a trial of 3 days, I think that we're at the... Maybe right about the halfway point, because we've already established... We've already established that the... what is it called? We've established that... we've established that Junim hasn't done it in the blood stuff and all the stuff with Hugh at the moment. We've still got to get down to Hugh's, what's happening with Hugh's, that deal with, Blackwell. We don't know what the secret is yet. We are still trying to figure out how the body was transported correctly. Remember, the mood matrix stuff, about mentioning about Discord and their voice, which means we've still got to go do those to break those. We still have to figure out who's killed the person. We've still got to figure out a few other things. I don't think we're going to be able to get that done today, so that would be why I would probably want to stop, just because there's just not a lot of thing. And also that means that we have a good amount of time to complete the remainder of the trial in next stream, and also get into the fourth case. But, yeah, I mean, so far, again, I think I like the investigation portion. This trial portion I feel like is better than the first trial portion is, but I think that's just because we're getting closer to solving the case. I feel like I had more confidence in this case being better, seeing how this is played out. I like this trial more than the previous one. But we'll just have to see how we go from there, because I don't really know much else if there's anything else that we would really cover, so, yeah, we haven't really got any new gameplay elements or anything else, and, story seems to be just progressing the way that it is, and the segment for the investigation didn't really take all that long. I liked a lot of the other character stuff that we got to. I'm not going to say this is a bad case. I'm just going to say that I think it's just not as good as the other two cases so far. So we'll just see how it concludes. I mean, if there's a breakdown on the level of what we got before, as well as like an interesting way about how this crime gets solved and how much different it is to the mock trial, that could also be something that's really interesting too. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But I think that's a good point for me to stop. We'll probably continue this either because this doesn't have any what is it called? There's no trophies in this that I have to write up about, so this is a quick and easy upload for whenever I want to do that. So we should be able to return to our regularly scheduled programming tomorrow, assuming I get enough time to upload this and do everything else that's needed, and also figure out what else is going on with all of that. So we'll just see how that turns out, and we'll figure it out from there, I guess. So with all that being said, be sure to like and subscribe. Every like, comment, and subscription to this video gets gradual monetization. Has a lot of content for everyone. So what says you find, I upload everything to my YouTube channel. Because at the I have a 7-hour limitation on my videos before they're all permanently deleted. I want to be a separate place where I want to find my content. If you should do so. Also, for the time being, my YouTube, I can't link links through my YouTube channel because advanced features got denied because of some reason, even though I've been using YouTube for 2 years. So everything's there, as well as in my games list. For all the games that I've played on stream so far, all the neatly organized playlists along with the speedrun stuff as well as a bunch of upcoming games I have to play, upcoming games that we've played on stream, DLC stuff that we have to sort out. I will be trying to expand more and more into some of these as I go, but we'll just see how what I get once I get to the affiliate rank, see what I can expand on. I'm working on more Plat segments and switching things up from games we've finished on streams, as well as more Triangle Australia speedruns, or Trilogy speedruns, Pokemon Nuzzle, continuing those. The live notes are all done. I was thinking I could have done some of those today, but the issue is that I want to do the stuff in order. So 150, my 120 follower thing was doing the Tactica speedrun. Then 150 was individual levels for live 170 was Octopath Traveler individual levels, and then obviously 200 is what we're doing at the thing. So the Persona 5 Tactica, I'm just going to do a practice run for that. The Octopath Traveler individual levels, so I'm working on that as well, a little bit. And then obviously anything for the future that we're going to work on too. And you'll also get a notification when I go live with you on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. At 200 followers, I'll be doing live challenge speedruns, so that will probably be 0 kills and 100 kills ninja or Edo Japan. Essentially like the pacifist and genocide route for Undertale, which is one of the inspirations behind the game, actually. And also maybe the All-State Boss Rush as well. And we also reach affiliate, which means I get monetized as well. Get to make a bunch of subscriber events and incentives to help support me and the channel going forward to the future. I get extra 7 days upload before my videos are left as well, and you also get a notification when I go live watching on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter to be notified when I go live, which I'm in Discord. I will send you an invite to my friend's Discord server, close to 2,000 members. Still going strong, play topics and games Discord as well. I'm very active there, and you'll just get a notification. I'm going to go live on there as well. And finally, if you wish to know, create my stream overlay that I use for all my future content going forward, you can find a link down below in the description of that as well. Also, I got to remember to save. I also forgot to say, so there we go. So we'll continue with this another time. Before I head off, I always make sure to raid, so see if they're online. I do take on raid requests if anyone has any, so if they don't, I'll just raid someone that I'm following. Let's see if there's anyone that's online. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, there is someone that's online, actually. They, recently reached affiliate as well. They've been supporting me a lot too, so I will send you over to them. They're currently actually playing some Modern Warfare 3. They were playing, Black Ops, 6 beta before, but we'll pop over to their stream and... Hang on, why is this not muting? Why am I not able to mute? I'm just gonna pause it. I'm gonna raid over to them. So thank you everyone for watching, and as I always say, have the rest of the day now to where you all are, and I will see you all later.